Hey guys, and welcome to Flames of War for the Win Vietnam Week. Yes, this week we're going to look at Vietnam. Now, unfortunately, my friend Dave hasn't made it, but he hasn't gone away. He's just taken a break. So Dave, you get to watch this too. Hey! So, rather than be on my own, I've drafted in three very, very capable gentlemen. I have Gareth from Battlefront, and I have Andrew and Alex from the Chelmsford Bunker, who have been playing a lot of Vietnam. So, Gareth, I'll be honest, I was sold on Vietnam the minute I heard the name. So, but I want to see what makes this game tick. It runs off the Flames of War rules, so anybody that's out there that's been playing Flames of War along with myself and Dave and getting to grips with it will very easily get to grips with this game. You just get the book Tour of Duty.
The book Tour of Duty, yeah, and that gives you everything you need in there. So
there's the book of Tour of Duty. This week we're also going to show you some of the Vietnam products that go to support it, and there's going to be ongoing support for Tour of Duty and the whole Vietnam theatre from Battlefront.
Yeah, so we're looking about every quarter. We're going to bring out either new range of miniatures to add into the lists, more lists, and maybe some supplements in War Games Illustrated.
Cool. So if Vietnam's your thing, well, let's get a look at this as a hobby. So over the course of the next 6 episodes or so, we're going to have a look at sort of a game in action. Okay, we're not going to be rolling every individual dice, because what I want to try and get to grips with is the kinds of the key elements of this game. What makes it tick? Yep. What makes Vietnam tick? So Gareth, what are we looking at here? I see a Vietnamese village, basically. So
yeah, what we've got here is we've got a Vietnamese village. In the village, we've got some local villagers. And they are just local villagers. They're going about their everyday business.
So, farmers?
Farmers, yeah.
Okay, cool.
In the list, these are called local forces.
Okay, local forces, right.
Over in the sort of from grasslands, we've got some of the PAVN. Okay, and basically what's happened is an American helicopter has crashed in the village. Yeah. And the crewman and the platoon has gone missing. Okay? Right. So, and
that's a Huey, isn't it?
That's a Huey. That's
like your iconic Vietnamese or Vietnam era helicopter. Yep. Okay.
Guys sitting on the edges on the skids with the slicks with their M16s out. M16
so it's crash landed. The crew's gone missing.
Yep.
Well, as Americans, we never leave a man behind. So we're going to have to send someone in to try and get them guys.
That's right. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you the rapid deployment and the maneuverability of the American army. Yeah. Okay. You'll notice there's no Americans deployed, so we're going to use some more slicks to bring on the Americans.
Cool.
Okay. Where do you want to put them, Warren?
Well, surely they'd have to deploy within so many inches, or?
No, wherever you want.
Really? They just got, well, I suppose ultimate maneuverability now, isn't it?
Maneuverability.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I wouldn't recommend sticking them near the infantry. Maybe near the objective. That'll be a good place to go.
I am going to set them here.
So a big wall of dust envelops and American slicks lands, all that big billowing clouds. Okay.
Oh, love it, love it. Got to get a shot of this on. I'm going to have my little soldier cam for this. So my slicks have all landed. Now what?
Now they're basically going to hold ground and make sure it's safe for the platoon to get out. So now the turn's going to flip over to the PVN. Okay. And Andrew's going to move his troop guys because they know where the pilots are. Yeah. And they've been sent to go and catch them so they can take them back to Hanoi for questioning. So these guys are going to move up to try and get the American air crew.
Okay.
And obviously the villagers...
Tell you what, Andrew, if you want to go round, we'll move them for you, mate, and save you that hassle. So they're just all moving up, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. They're just going to move up to the ridge line. And obviously the villagers are just... Well, they're villagers. They're just going to do their thing.
Okay, so is that the end of turn 1 then?
That's end of turn 1.
Right, okay.
Okay, so the slicks have been there. The Americans are now going to get out. So basically, you deploy your platoon of troops.
Okay, so 4 choppers was able to bring in basically a full platoon of troops in this instance then, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
You can have 3 in each.
You can have 3 stands in each one, so you could bring on more.
Okay, so, and then what happens to the helicopters then? Do they fly off the board?
They now fly back. So basically, these are the air taxis. Yeah. So they've dropped top platoons here, so they're going to go back to the air base and maybe pick up some more troops, go and support someone else in another part of the
cool, so I can keep using them then. I could move them to another part of the table, and
if you've got more platoons that you can bring on, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. And if I had another platoon on the table, could I move them over to that platoon and get them to embark, or?
Yep, they can embark, and then you can move them to another part of the table. So yeah, it's that rapid deployment of your troops.
Yeah.
Okay, so your troops are deployed, and your guy, your commander, is actually in close enough proximity to the troops that he can question them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because these are local forces, so you don't know what they are. So basically, you would take a skill check to find out what they know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've passed the skill check.
You pass the skill check, you actually find out they're VC.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah.
they get removed from the board. Okay, because you've questioned them.
Yeah.
Questioned them.
And then vigorously.
And they get taken off for more questioning.
Yeah.
Okay. So they get taken off the board. Okay. If you'd failed your skill test.
Yeah.
They've managed to convince you they are poor innocent villagers.
Yeah.
That are not under the evil empire of the PVN forces.
And these Kalashnikovs are really just for ploughing fields.
Just for ploughing fields. That's right. Okay. So if I'd failed and they convinced, would they stay there, or? Yeah, they stay there because they still have got a role that they can do.
Yeah.
For the PVN forces, which we'll show you now.
Okay. Cool.
So one of the other things they can do is they can actually bring on more reserves. So Andrew's going to bring on some more of the local forces troops. These are basically the local VC.
Yeah.
Okay. So more guys in, what people known as the black pajamas and coolie hats.
Yep. Now, having questioned those guys, Gareth, and obviously we found out that they were VC, does that automatically mean that I know the rest are all VC, or?
It's specifically stand by stand.
Okay, yeah.
So if a group of them are caught and captured, and the others are still innocent.
Yeah, perfect.
Until found out.
They brought on the local VC. We're going to move these troops up.
Okay, so how far up would you guys like these moved?
As far as they can. As far as they can. They're in,
and what range do they have? 6 inches?
Yep.
So bring them up. Okay. Gonna move the nets out of the way. Yeah.
They'll just trample through it anyway.
Okay, so in this first video, we've got to look at basically that this game has no kind of front line, so to speak. So we see that the action can take place anywhere, especially with the ability to move units around by air, for the Americans at least. Although I was able to get pretty much straight into the action there by dropping these guys in, and they were immediately able to question the local forces. Yep. Right. Well, guys, that's the first step, the first episode. Stay tuned throughout the rest of the week as we go step by step through the rest of what can happen here.